Yo, Zio here. Making this video because Twitch just dropped a bomb. It's gonna remove highlights from people's profiles when they get over a total limit of 100 hours, which in case of zombie player is you're basically guaranteed to get past the limit if you play anything. Some people will have some ridiculous numbers like 3000 hours. I personally have 1500, but the limit is 100, so that's like way over the limit. So that stuff needs to go somewhere. Uh, the natural choice is YouTube right now. If there is ever something better, then sure I'm down, but right now it's YouTube. So first, how to get stuff off Twitch. There are three ways. First is direct export. If you go to your video manager, you will be able to just press the triple dot button next to the video and then press export, and it's just gonna send it directly to YouTube. Second is directly using the download button, which just basically allows you to download the VOD directly from Twitch servers. And third one is using an external program to do that. So let me quickly go through pros and cons of each solution. So exporting stuff to YouTube is the fastest one, but it also gives you no control over what happens. So what is gonna be the problems? First of all, if it's longer than 12 hours, it's just gonna error out because you're not allowed to put stuff longer than 12 hours on YouTube. Now there is content that's longer than 12 hours that's being put on YouTube, but those people are just getting exceptions from YouTube. It's like educational content and stuff. So yeah, I know some people claim that I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do know. You're just not putting stuff longer than 12 hours on YouTube, even using the export. So yeah, games over 12 hours, not an option. Next thing to consider is music. Uh, these days, you can select an option in OBS that makes the music not safe in past broadcasts and highlights. But especially for old gameplay, that wasn't an option. So unless you were using something like voice meter or virtual audio cables to cut the music out, it's there. And there is nothing you can do about it now. So that's also problematic in terms of how YouTube treats music. Even when you only get like the creator of the music makes the money on this video now, that doesn't mean it's not gonna get blocked in 2 years from now. So yeah, music is definitely problematic. And also, if you have a voice commentary over your stream, uh, when we play as a zombies community, we tend to say weird shit, and YouTube tends to catch that using bots that obviously don't care about context. So you can get strikes for especially older content. Even if you think your streams were fine in terms of that, they may not be. So basically, as long as you have stuff shorter than 12 hours without any voice commentary or music, I would recommend against using the export feature. Next one is download. Problem with download is that it's slow, and also the quality of downloaded stuff is terrible. So uh, generally, unless for some reason you won't be able to use the solution I'm showing as the next one, just don't use it. It's bad. And next is a third-party program. It's called Twitch Leecher. This is not the original Twitch Leecher program because that is not supported anymore. This is something called a fork. So basically, another person took over maintaining that program. There are some problems with it, but it's currently in usable state, so you can use it. You go to the latest release by pressing here, and you just download. You either press on setup.exe for Windows or tar file for Linux. Once you've installed the program, it's gonna ask you to log in with your Twitch credentials. If you don't trust it, you can just use another Twitch account for it. I personally haven't had any problems with it. So yeah, you can do it in two ways basically. You go search, and the two options I'm using here are channel and URLs. You can also do video IDs, but that's basically taking a part of a URL. So that's kind of, well, maybe not useless, but not very useful. You can paste as many links as you want after pressing enter. So basically each link in the new line. I'm just gonna do this one, press search, and it's showing here. It's my video from Black Ops 6. What you can also do is go to channel and just put in the name of the channel you want to search. Here you need to change it to highlight. Don't put anything too crazy here because it may hang or something. Basically 50 is like the most I would use. You can try more if you want, but yeah, that's what I recommend. If you have more stuff to download, I would basically just recommend using URLs. It's not like you're gonna be able to download all of it at the same time, so you can just like do it in parts. And you can also do the date way. So basically, you just select from 2, and you can just like do 1 month at the time or whatever. So yeah, this is basically the same search as the link one, but it's just gonna show the last 50 highlights. And from then on, the options are the same. So you press here to download, you select quality. If you have slower connection or you have space constraints, I would strongly recommend going for like 720p 60. More only if you feel fancy and you have the resources to do that. You select the download folder. I recommend it not be in the system drive because using this way, not only this program but also what I'm gonna be showing next, does wear your drive a bit, especially if it's a SSD. So just use another drive if you have the ability to. If you only have one drive, then it is what it is. But yeah, if you have the option, just use an under drive. And if you have hard drive, it's the best. It's gonna be slower, but hard drives generally don't get fucked nearly as much by just pure using it. So yeah. Here you can change the name. If you select this checkbox, you can put in whatever you want. You can crop the video if you want to, but I think it's self-explanatory. Hours, minutes, seconds. It's useful if you download in a highlight where it has 8 hours, but 5 hours of the end of it is just paused. Then yeah, there's no need to download that because it's just gonna take longer. So yeah, for that, I would recommend cropping here. For like more precise stuff, I'm gonna be showing the program later. So yeah, once I've selected place to put it in, I just press download, and it's gonna show right here. Because it's only 14 minutes, it's gonna be basically instant. So yeah, as you can see, it went through 3 phases: download, merging, and processing. So now I think is a good moment to tell you about problems with Twitch regarding obtaining your gameplay. So on Twitch, there is a problem with corrupted highlights. Basically, what would happen is part of the highlight, or even the entire highlight, sometimes would just not be accessible. You wouldn't be able to play it at all. It would just show network errors. And it would also cause problems when downloading this. I know the maintainer of this program at some point added some options to like ignore that error, so you would download it, but it would like not download the part that's corrupted. But when I was using it, mostly it would just error out entirely when there was an error. So if you really care about that gameplay and you don't have other options, what you can do is just manually watch, well, don't watch it, but like skip every few minutes in the highlight on Twitch. And the moment you find that it shows you the network error, just use the crop option to cut it few seconds before that, and then to cut it few seconds after you can watch it again. So basically, when you get that network error, you have to refresh the page and then try few minutes after that error moment, and then just keep trying until you find the moment when it plays again. And you basically have to use the crop to not download that part. That's like the most you can get out of it. There is one way to fix your corrupted highlight, and that is export to YouTube. I've already explained why for some stuff you don't want to do that, but what you can do to fix a highlight is just download it to YouTube in order to just then download it from YouTube on your computer to process it later. That's also what I did with few of mine that got broken. That will not save you if it currently has the music that blocks your video, because it will get blocked instantly. But it's probably not gonna be an issue for stuff like somebody said some racist shit 3 hours in. If you just export it and then download it and then remove it from YouTube entirely, and then upload muted one. So yeah, that's how we deal with it. So next program is called Avidemux. As you can see, the page looks kind of sketchy, but it's legit. The way to get the program is to go to downloads and then search for your version. There are versions for Linux, Windows, Mac, and BSD. So for Windows, you just go to FOSS and then download the 64-bit Windows installer. So this is the program. In order to edit anything, you just have to drag stuff on it, like so. Now we're just gonna do this decoding thing. It's basically instant for shorter stuff. For longer videos, it can take a few minutes, or even longer if it's on a slow drive, all depends. I recommend let it do its thing, so we can properly process frames. Because what this program does, it doesn't re-render your stuff. It doesn't take like ridiculous amounts of hours to process the video. You can do basic stuff like cut stuff out of it or merge a few videos together, but yeah, you don't do any advanced shit with it. Also, what you want to be able to do is merge two highlights that have like different resolution, or merge YouTube video with Twitch video. It's just gonna error if you try that. So if you need to do that, you have to do it with a proper rendering program like Sony Vegas or Adobe Premiere or whatever you have. If you want to just process one video or few videos that are from the same source and same resolution, you can use this. If you want to add another video, I'm just gonna drag the exact same video again, and I'm just gonna put it at the end. So as you can see, here it ends and here it begins again. So you can just drag however many videos you want on it. You go to audio and select track and untick this. It's basically gonna remove any audio from your video. We've already talked over why you want to do that. So if it's just the game sound and nothing else, you probably want to keep it in, but otherwise I will remove it. And now you may want to cut some stuff from the video. So these are the controls. If you want to cut something from the beginning, you just do this, and that selects stuff from the beginning to here. You press X, it's gone. If you want to do it from the end, same story, but you press this one now, and it's gonna select from here to the end. Boom. To cut from the middle, you just find the moment you want to cut. You press this, it selects the entire thing now, and then you move the cursor here, select, and now if you press X, it's just gonna remove whatever you have selected on the timeline. It's relatively simple. So this is a short video, but the way to deal with cutting stuff is to click on time. Well, it's a short video, so I can't input hours, but what I do is I just input 11 hours 55 minutes, and I select that. I don't cut anything. I just select part of it. So I can show it on an example. So I'm just gonna do 13 minutes now. Select part of it. Press this and go save. This is the save button. So it's only gonna save the selected region. Now you wanna press this button. It's gonna move the selection here. It's gonna be a start now. And now you wanna use this control to move to the next one. So if it's a full length video, you wanna go from 11:55 to 23:50. I'm just gonna do 20 minutes now to just show you the concept. Now you press this, and you have only this region selected, and you press save again, and you just save it as 2 or whatever you want. And that's how you basically cut video in a very simple way. Again, nothing is being actually rendered. You only just kind of save the same video in a different container. I don't really want to get into that much because I don't feel competent. I don't really know any in-depth stuff about video. But yeah, that's the gist of how it works. You can change the output format for MP4 if you want to like mess with the video later for rendering stuff, for example. But if you just want to upload it to YouTube, leave it as MKV because it's just faster to deal with. It's gonna take shorter to save. And now I want to show you how I tend to upload stuff because, well, it's gonna take a long time if you have a lot of videos, no matter what kind of connection you have. So the way I do it is I just upload shit while doing normal things I would do on my PC, even play. And if your internet is stable, it doesn't have to be that fast, it just has to be stable. What you basically do is you just go and download any browser that allows you to limit the connection speed. I personally use Opera GX for that. I assume there are others that can do it, but that's what I do. And here you just press on this, you open GX control, you use network limiter, and you select something below your network speed. So my upload speed is 5 megabytes a second. If you wanna go from megabytes to megabits, which is the unit here, you just divide it by 8. So I have 40 megabits upload. So the next step is 24 megabits. So you just select that, and now the browser will not use more than this. So you have a lot of bandwidth to play over the network, play a co-op, or even stream it. Although for streaming I would probably go even lower. I would do something like 16. But yeah, you can basically use your PC and your internet fine if you use the network limiter, so it's a very useful thing. So yeah, I strongly recommend. Okay, so as you just saw, I kind of opened one of my backup channels. I did upload over 2,000 videos, which contain probably around a few hundred games. What I'm saying here is coming from like 4 years of experience when I'm doing this. Currently, there are some people who do it, but they just kind of farm views on it. I don't know why, I don't really agree with it. But because I have a long collection of videos, and a lot of those will be gone, because I don't expect all those people to suddenly go and start back up their shit. I'm gonna create an index section on my website, on B2 website. It currently only has the calculator, and I'm in the middle of working on GSC stuff. But I'm gonna pause that for now, and I'm gonna release an update soon that contains the index that you will be able to search and basically find a gameplay that I have backed up. I don't want to put it on public on YouTube because when people do upload their own gameplay, I want them to be searchable, and I want them to maybe hit an algorithm. I don't know me to farm views on something that's not mine. So yeah, if you want to access the stuff that I backed up, you will be able to do it on the link that's in the description. And now this link doesn't work now, obviously, because I still need to like make it, but I hope I'll be able to do it in a few days because it's nothing really complicated. When that happens, that link in the description will not throw an error, but it will just direct you to the index instead. I'll probably post on Twitter about it, so you can just follow me there if you want. So yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to say. I kind of wanted to keep this video short, but it's like 30 minutes without cuts. I'm probably gonna cut a lot of it, so I don't know how long it's gonna be, but yeah, I don't expect anything short. I really can't make short tutorials. It's not an option apparently. But yeah, I hope it was helpful. Mm. Please don't ask me about stuff related to the programs I showed, because you can easily find that stuff on the internet, and if there are any issues with it, like I won't be able to help you. I'm not developing them programs, so for the Leecher, you can go to GitHub issues and just report an issue there for the creator. For Avidemux, there is really I don't think there is a way to report a problem with it. Although, like I've been using it for years, it's fine, so I don't expect anything bad to happen. So yeah, for any like problems and tutorials, just search the internet. In terms of the backup, I basically mostly downloaded BO2 and BO1 games. If you just wait some days for that index to come up, yeah, all will be there. Yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching, and see ya.